Good morning, on the move. Here's your last look at Circleville. And this road we're on, it's actually part of an ATV trail called the Paiute Trail. I'll have to look that up, or maybe you can look it up and let me know where it goes. But anyway, yesterday I kept saying that this climb today is 4,400 feet. Well, it's only 3,400, but it's still in about 6 miles. So at 500 feet a mile. And the water situation, some people said, yeah, there should be water up there. Others said, no, there's no water. So I've got 3 liters, or 2.5 now. And if there's none there, it's got to last for 21 miles to Antimony. So I've been going about a 1.5 mile hour pace. Easy for you to say. I would think that we'd go down that way. That's pretty. Huh. There's supposed to be a creek up here. It says semi-reliable. And then there's one after that. It says reliable. And then it says after that there's a cattle pond. So, oops. The sooner we get to water, the better. Watch your step. Got a nice lunch at Rocky Ford Creek here. This is the one that was mentioned as semi-reliable. So the other one, which is also Rocky Ford Creek, farther upstream, should have a pretty good flow in it as well. So a couple hours here, just in time for it to cool off with the clouds. That's good. So let's get a move on. Up and up she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. This climb is just about as steep as the first part of the day, but psychologically speaking, the tree cover, I think, is making it feel not as strenuous. It's really pretty here. You got a mixture of the pines and the aspens. Yeah, look at that thick aspen right over there. Wow. And speaking of aspens, I think I'm correct in saying this, but educate me if I'm wrong. Aspens, when you're in a grove of aspens, they aren't individual trees just going by themselves. They're one big organism, all in the same root structure and all that. In fact, I think up here, I don't know if it's near Torrey or Antimony, somewhere up in here, is the largest, they call it the largest living organism of aspen trees. They're all interconnected. And I think that largest living organism they call Pando or something like that. But if I'm spouting off a bunch of hoo-ha mumbo-jumbo, feel free to jump right in and say, hey dummy, you got it all wrong. Well, we made it up to the divide here. So that's west down Circleville. And this is the trail down to Antimony, which actually will be off in that distance. Antimony is about 11 miles, so I think I'm probably going to go about another 5 miles. That's to the forest boundary. And then beyond that is private property and I think open country. So I think if I looked on the satellite map correctly, I think up to the forest boundary it's still relatively flattish and still has some cover. Sure is a pretty valley down there. I think that's a lake. I think it's called Sevier Lake. Anyway, going down there and then going up there the next day. I'm tired, as you can tell. I'm really having to put my mind into really mental gear and just turn off everything. Because, you know, I told you this before, Nevada really took a lot out of me. And so far, Utah's taken a lot out of me. And I think I've mentioned this before. So far on this walk, it's been more physically demanding than both of the other two walks combined. And man, stick with me. We're gonna make it. Just have to get through Colorado. Have to get through Colorado. A couple of 12,000 foot passes. Colorado. Oh boy. Well, I just pooped out. I'm 2 miles short of my goal, so instead of 6 miles down to Antimony tomorrow, it's 8 miles, which is okay. Found kind of an interesting spot, marginal spot, but an interesting spot underneath this tree. What kind of tree? No, it's not. It's this kind of tree. I don't know what it is. If you can tell what it is, let me know. But I just bedded down on this semi-clear spot amongst all this vegetation. There's a whole bunch of rocks around here, so this is the only thing I could find. But it's okay. It's got a nice view. And so I'm making something to eat. And after I eat that, I'm going to bed. Yes, I am. And the sun will still be up. Oh boy. A good morning. Even for my low standards, this is kind of a pretty marginal campsite. It was cozy, but I don't think I'd want to spend a couple days here. But anyway, get through the brush here, back to the road, down to Antimony. And for those who've been looking, who maybe looked up Antimony on the map and how you spell it, some of you might be thinking, no, it's the way it's spelled. It's pronounced antimony. Kind of like, isn't there an element that's kind of named like that? Anyway, I'm told by all the Utahns that it's definitely antimony. Antimony, antimony, antimony. So off we go. We're actually, trail goes down. It's interesting. Trail goes down here, and then it makes a round loop around the mountain, and then zigs back. So it'll be interesting. It's all downhill, I think, from here on out. And how quickly the terrain changes, huh? That's three, and there's that's Antimony over there. It's the goal. Take about another 4 miles. We got to go around and then jog over. Hello there. Just enjoying the shade. Mind if I enjoy it with you? You got some friends over here, huh? Ah. Hi there. Coming to see me? How you doing, huh? Hi. Hello, hello. Come on. Come on. Well, they started following me. And then they realized, oh, it's much cooler in the shade. See you guys around. If you want to come and carry my stuff for me through the rest of Utah and the first part of Colorado, I'll take you up on the offer. No takers. I smell like horse. I've been petting them. I made it into Antimony and stopped here at Antimony Mercantile. and didn't buy anything, but I got good double cheeseburger, some pie, salad, drinks, all sorts of stuff. So I'm going about, I don't know how far I'm going, maybe 4 miles out of town to a place called Poison Creek. And according to Cody, the owner there, he said there's water there. So I'm just carrying a little bit of water with me. Get me through the rest of the afternoon here and into the morning. And then figuring how slow I'm going lately, especially on the uphills. It'll probably take 2 days to get up the initial climb of the mountain there. And he said there's more than likely water up there, either through a series of cattle ponds that still should have water in them. And then as I get further in, there should be some streams or whatever until I get to Highway 12. Just a lazy afternoon, huh? Getting ready to enjoy the sprinklers coming towards you. Right now, even though we got the cloud cover, which is taking the sun off, it's still pretty sultry. But I can feel the moisture coming from the sprinklers and these sprinklers here. So that does give somewhat of relief. Here, I'm going to show you two things right now. Look back here. Look at the nice rays of the sun coming through the lowering sun. Nice shadows of the mountains out there. That kind of stuff really brings me a lot of joy. Even when I'm complaining to myself about climbs and sandy soil and all that. Something else I want to show you though is that I thought I was crazy. I don't think you can see it. That's my footprints there. Oh, you might be able to see it. There's a footprint. I've been following footprints up here for about the last, well, I've started noticing them about the last 100 yards, and they don't look like they're too old. I don't know, maybe past week or so. So who'd be crazy enough to be coming up here just like me? Maybe that's a good sign that there's water up here. Supposedly I was told when I was down Antimony that when I get up to Poison Creek here, it's going to be about a quarter mile. There's a fence denoting the boundary of the Forest Service land, which goes across Poison Creek. And there's also some willows there. And I was told that there's a little bit of water flowing through that creek, and that's what I've been counting on, because I only left Antimony with 2 liters of water based on that. And then my next water is going to be, I think, 6 or 7 miles after that. So, based upon that report, I don't see those footprints now. Oh, yeah, they're there. Based upon that report, I was going to chug-a-lug-a-lug a lot of water tonight and chug-a-lug-a-lug a lot of water in the morning, so that I won't be saying to myself or to God, water, water, I need water. Here's another one of those footprints. It looks like it's fresher than a week. That's mine right there because I backed up so I can show it to you. So it looks like it's maybe a couple days old at the most. Maybe 3 at the most, because there has been a little bit of rain up here. So, and it's not washed out. There's another one. Huh. And there's the fence. So I'm gonna halt up there at the fence, take the pack off, and look for these willows. I mean, you got some vegetation here. So It's indicating the creek's probably running, like he said. Keep your fingers crossed. All right, I found the willows, and as you can probably hear, I found the water. Well, this is very interesting. If you look at it, yeah, it's flowing downhill, but when you go up the hill, it almost looks like it's a spring that's gushing up. Because as you follow the contour, you wouldn't think that there's going to be a creek coming from the other side, but it's an optical illusion. So evidently the creek follows on the other side of the knoll here, just follows the contour of the hill and starts coming down. And then it flows into this contraption here and then goes down and feeds whatever it feeds. I explored the general vicinity around here, down there, and then up here I found quite a few bones. Mammal bones. So that tells me there's either, So that tells me there's either a bit of wildlife activity around here, if you know what I mean, or else Poison Creek is aptly named for, I don't know. So, if I don't wake up in the morning, I guess you know what happened, right? So I'm gonna get some water, and this red stuff, I guess, is just, I don't know what it is. I'll get some water, drink it all down tonight. Probably drink some more tonight, drink a bunch tomorrow. And then find my way up the mountain in the morning. Well, say good morning to our creek. Just filled up. It's time to head out. Got a pretty good climb ahead of us. 4 miles, I think 2,000 feet, a little bit more than that. No, 2,500 feet. So this will be a slow, I'll be taking it slow. And of course I lollygagged around, got up late, 7:30ish. So we're gonna get hit in the sun here pretty soon. That's always nice, right? Going uphill on a steep incline in the warm sun. Yeah. You can see that, can't you? Still following those footprints. Actually, it appears that there are 2 sets of prints, because I've been noticing 2 different tread patterns. One's larger, one's smaller. But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't too far before me. So I wonder if I'm going to catch them on the way down. Well, those footprints have disappeared. About a half hour back, or 20 minutes back, there's a spot on the trail whereas if they had stopped for a while, because there's just like, bam, you know, footprints all over the trail just like this. But the funny thing is, there were never any footprints when I was coming up that were going down. And at the place where they stopped, it was just a ravine, well, steeper than this one, going down to the creek, which was just a trickle of a creek that dropped down pretty steeply, about 100 feet. And, you know, I didn't smell any rotting flesh or anything. So I'm wondering now if they were just part of a group of ATV riders, because this is an ATV trail. I wonder if they decided as part of their group, hey, you know, we're going to walk as much as we want, and then when we get too pooped to pop, come up and get us. But then again, I don't think there's any cell service up there. I have the case of the mysterious footprints. Who were they? Where did they come from? Why did they stop and then vanish? Where'd they go? We'll never know. All right, came from down there and I got up here. Looks like, all right, we're at the summit, right? One of those, ah, yeah, hooray! Now we're going down. We're going down, only go up. We still got 1,200 feet to go. Elevation. And see how I told you? It keeps up and up and up. Surprise! You know, that reminded me a little bit of back in the where in Nevada, in the Arc Dome and the Alta Taquimas, where we're following the creek, and you get the choke points. So you got to go up the rise. And you're at the top of the rise, you're going, all right, I'm done. And you're going down, only to have to go back up again. Not complaining. Not complaining. Just stating the wonderful fact of the experience. Okay, I've got another flower identification request. Can anybody tell me what this is? It's got a very nice sweet smell. If you can, let me know. Thanks. Looks good. Water, anybody? I think we'll pass on this one. A little yucky. I'll leave the water just for you. You can have it all. And I'm going to go around this way so that you don't get scared, okay? Yeah, like that's going to happen. Well, stop for lunch. Antimony Creek. It's really pretty here. Got the nice meandering stream right there, and the trees, everything else. So I think I'll stick around here for a bit, maybe take a little nap, and then right after this, we're going up almost 600 feet in 1.7 miles, and then tomorrow we've got a 1,600 foot down and a 2,000 foot up section. So I'll see if I make that whole thing tomorrow. And after that, it's just going to be basically up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, until I get to the highway. So I'll get out to the highway, I guess maybe on late Thursday. Maybe we can get out there early Thursday. See what happens. And we're off amongst the pretty aspen. Look at that. Young trees too. It's starting to get spit on by a little bit of rain. An occasional hail pellet back there. Looks like not here. And also, this is the kind of uphill I like. Nice and gentle, you know? None of that steep stuff like, oh, Charlie, we didn't get up high enough. Go zoop! But that one tomorrow, 1,600 down and 2,000 up, I think that's going to be a short day. When I say a short day, I mean short mileage-wise, because they're both pretty steep. Steep drop in a short amount of miles, and a steep ascent in a short amount of miles. And I don't do those steep uphills as good as I used to. I wonder what's wrong. It could be that you're 5 years older. Well, this is it. About the flattest spot I could find without being out there with all the mosquitoes and flies. So this will do. It's got a nice view. See if those clouds pass without giving us any rain. So I'll just wait before rolling out sleep bag. Oh, and you just got a drop of rain. Come on, tree. Give us a break. Give us a break. Well, howdy. So last night, right after I turned off the camera, it's like it was just a big cloud of mosquitoes descended upon me underneath that tree, and there was nothing I could do to get rid of them. And so I thought, well, okay, I put up the tent. I thought, I'm not going to put up the tent. Let's try and maybe walk out of this cloud. Didn't work. I walked another mile. So I just finally ended up, which is okay, another mile. Ended up here on this plateau amongst a cloud of mosquitoes. Ended up having put the tent up. Didn't put the fly up so I could at least see the stars. But then the surprise of surprise, I had ice on the tent. I knew there's a cooling trend coming from the forecast I saw a couple days ago, but it wasn't supposed to get that cool. And right now, even at 10:30, yeah, I got a late start. Sun's pretty warm, although the breeze is pleasant. And then something else that's going to be interesting too is this road. It's going to come up here and make a right angle bend, and then for the most part, this is a very interesting mountain range. For the most part, it's going to be straight for 4 miles. A straight road 4 miles through the mountains, and will be about 9,700 feet. And as much as I've been complaining about going slow on the uphills and stuff, I do have to always remind myself that we're almost 10,000 feet. We're 95. Last night I think was 9460. On the elevation, we're going up to 9,700, and then dropping down, like I said, to 8,100, and then going up to just about 10,000 feet. So anyway, that's that with that. And that's the plan for the day. I think rain is supposed to come, not today, but tomorrow in the afternoon. So. Well, the Lord works in wondrous ways. Nothing happens by chance. So I came from up there, stopped to take a break here. It's been about an hour and a half. And as I was contemplating the big descent and the big climb coming up, so that's going to be combined 3,600 feet in the blazing sun, a truck comes by from this direction towards me. He stopped and said, "Hey, would you like cold Pepsi?" I said, "Oh, yeah, sure." Then as I got up to the truck, he opened the lid and said, "Oh, would you like a Gatorade?" And I jumped on that Gatorade so fast. So he and his friend had been out here for a couple days doing some hunting. They're going back to Cedar City. So sat here, had a nice cold Gatorade, drank it all down. It gives me almost 3/4 of a gallon of fluid for today. Only in the oh boy, so that's good. And also the other nothing happens by chance thing. As you can see, it's kind of clouded up a little bit and cooled it off, so that I guess going down is not going to be, well, it'll be kind of strenuous because it's kind of steep. But hopefully this cloud holds up on the climb up. Like I said, it's going to be 2,000 feet and a little over 3 miles. Doesn't sound like much from here. You can considering that in Grand Canyon, the Little Colorado River Canyon, I did that 3,000 feet in 3 miles, but still, about 10,000 feet, so you got to take that into account, right? And on the waypoint up ahead here, I should have read ahead. It says this area is known for tons of mosquitoes. So, and it was one of those minor waypoints. So I guess I'll read all the waypoints when I get it to the evening and make sure there's no mention of mosquitoes. All right, so we turned off the nice, easy to follow road. Now this trail here, it's going to be more of, I think, trail in name. Going to follow cairns here and there, and then the fade outline of a footpath. Huh. You see it? Right through there. It's basically head down. Now this is a trail. A pretty place to take a break. This is called West Branch. And it's right at the bottom of a V. So we came down here and we're immediately 1,600 feet. And we're immediately going back up 2,000 feet. It's a nice place to take a break. It is raining, but you know what? I'm under this tree and it's proving to be a very good umbrella. So very nice. I'm going to guzzle water here and then probably just take a liter up the hill with me because there's supposedly another stream or a spring about 1.5 miles up that way, and it's pretty steep up. I'd rather carry as little weight as possible. Yes, sirree. All right, got our last water for the day. It's a little meandering, well, a little trickle of a flow, about 2 liters per minute. And now it's the last mile to the saddle. I think I told you earlier. It's one of those where they, I guess they didn't, I don't know. I say this. They didn't measure right, and it's all of a sudden at the very last minute, oh no, Charlie, got to get up there. So this last mile is going to be a toughie. See what I tell you? I guess you can't really tell too much on the camera, but man, it's a it's a game of inches here. And the top, of course, is not the low point there. It's up there, yeah. Huh. Yeah, look at this. The tent. Second night in a row. But this time I was able to get in with maybe only 10 mosquitoes getting in. So I got them all, I think. Yeah, got them all. These guys are just on the outside. All right, so going out that way tomorrow, about 400 down, then 400 up, and then some up, down, and then on Thursday, tomorrow's Wednesday, then on Thursday, it'll be, I think, about 600 up, and then out to Highway 12, and hopefully I'll be able to hitch a ride 20 miles up to Torrey to get a resupply. Otherwise, I'll have another day of walking up to Torrey. So that's it for tonight. See you tomorrow. It's getting later and later. I left camp at 11:05. All right. Theoretically, I only have to do 11 miles because I've got 22 miles to get out to the road. tomorrow, but I want to try and maybe do 15 or 16 today. A fair portion of it's downhill. And the thunder's already started. Let's see if the rain starts. According to a forecast I saw, oh, I actually had a very slow signal, so I think there's a 40% chance of rain this afternoon, starting at noon. It's about 40 minutes from now. And I gotta pay attention, this is steep here. I like these little used trails. They're used enough that you can make out the path, but they're used little enough that it's almost, you almost feel like you're just blazing your own trail. You know what I mean? It's really enjoyable. So this is, what we're on right now is a portion of the Great Western Trail. And the Great Western Trail is another one that goes from Canada to Mexico. And from Mexico to Canada, for that matter. And there's different variations of it. And then also in here, there's another network of trails. The Eight Wonders Trail. Hayduke Trail's not too far away from here. Just past Jubilee Trail back there yesterday. So this Utah section has been very enjoyable, especially this section. Well, actually, all of Utah. Oh, and one other thing I want to mention too is that even though we were at just about 10,000 feet last night, it was warmer than the night before, you know, where we got the ice on the tent. No ice on the tent this morning and no dew or anything. But I will tell you, the mosquitoes, even though there weren't clouds of them, and there aren't a whole lot of them here right now, they're still here. And man, I don't know, maybe I want to be in the cloud of mosquitoes. These ones are more potent. As soon as they get on you, you feel them, then they start itching. Whereas yesterday, or the day before, the night before, they're just swarming and they'd get on you, and they weren't quick in biting, so you could get them off you, but still got a few bites, but nothing like these today. They're going right through my shirt. You know, from time to time I come across these trees where people have carved their names or initials or dates or something, mainly on the aspens. So here's one right here. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm looking at the date. Looks like June of 2017. But this one over here I want to show you. Right here. Look at that. 64 and then 68. Give you a little bit more perspective. And then after that, not much growth because looks like the tree is dead. So, but you know, in 4 years, grew that much. Give you perspective, it's about 3 feet. So 3 feet in 4 years, it's about 9 inches a year, I guess, huh? Well, one of my waypoints said 1 mile area of blowdowns, slow going. You can say that again. Most of them have been pretty manageable, but so far there have been quite a few that I've had to navigate around. And it's just been it's like when you throw down those, what do you call those, that game when you were a kid? They were sticks and you threw them down and then you had to pick them up. I forget what it's called, but it's basically what this has been, is a jumbled mess with trail thrown in. But it's fun stuff. Thank you, God. Blow the man down, matey. Blow the man down. Way. Blow the man down. How many more of this? How much more of this do I have to go? Along with the mosquitoes. Da, da, da. And blow the man down. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Okay, let's keep going. About a mile of this, huh? Yeah. I think this one we're going to straddle over. All right, put the camera away. Imagine, after all these blowdowns, imagine having to have gone through that instead. I believe that's called the Box Death Hollow Wilderness. Looks nice and flat, but it sure looks like it's hot and dry too. Speaking of which, I haven't decided what this next section of mine is going to be. So by the time I get out of this section here, it will have been 9 days from Beaver. Like I said, I'm going into Torrey. And after that, I might either take go along the Fremont River to Hanksville, and that'll go through the northern part of Capitol Reef, I think. And then the other section would be through the Henry Mountains down to the middle part of Capitol Reef. But the only problem with that is that then I got a 5,000-foot climb. Getting rid of the mosquitoes there. They're biting. I'd have about a 5,000-foot climb over a relatively short amount of distance in temperatures in the 90s. I won't be able to walk at night because that section is going to be a new moon. So I'm leaning towards Fremont River in Hanksville. And then from Hanksville, it'll be in the hundreds. And I got to go around Lake Powell and around Height and then down into Blanding. So I know what I'm going to do in that section. Whether I'm just going to go through it and kill myself. There's an opportunity of water caches, but still, the temperatures will be in the hundreds, and I still won't have the opportunity of a full moon to hike at night. And that'd be like 123 miles of food carry. So it's almost like that would be suicide going through there. I mean, it's technically feasible, but murderous too. So I'm almost, oh no, sacrilege. I'm almost considering getting a ride through part of that section. At least around to Height or to Bears Ears. And then walk into Blanding from there. That'd be like a 55-mile section. So I could probably do that. That'd be 4 days. I could probably handle that. So anyway, I guess you have to balance between prudence, right, and desire. I haven't been watching where I've gone. Prudence and desire. The Lord always wants you to do prudence over desire. So if that's what He's whispering in my ear, then that's what I'm doing. Then I can always come back towards the end, after the end, and or in the spring next year and pick up that 70-mile skip out. I'm blabbering, man. It's like I said, it's been a 9-day section. It's been wearing on me. I was only going to take 1 day off in Torrey. I might take 2 days off. I don't know. Oh, man. And I got, I still got, what, 2,200 miles to go? 2,500 miles? Yeah, okay. McGath Lake in the rain. Pretty, all the raindrops on the water, huh? Can't see them? Okay, here. It's pretty, all the raindrops on the water, huh? I like this wide open country. This is where we came from. Just look at these high mountain plateaus. Wide open, nothing around. Oh, except this fence. Huh? Wait, where's the rest of the fence? Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Don't fence me in. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Don't fence me in. As you can see, it's getting to that time of day. You haven't seen a place that would be suitable for camping for a long ways, so still going down. Maybe there'll be something pretty soon, but I got about an hour to sunset. Well, no, about an hour and a half to sunset, so still got some light. And the nice thing is that the mosquitoes aren't as ferocious. Oh wow, look at this. Just going through these aspen here. Pretty. Anyway, the mosquitoes aren't as ferocious. They're still out, so still going to have to put up the tent. And the other thing I might have to contend with, still, oh, wrong way. It's still trying to rain. Oh, look at the way that goes. That's pretty neat. So we'll see. Tents. All right, keep on going. All right, an end of the day road. So I think it levels out a little bit. Well, the road's pretty level, but I mean, I think there's a spot about a mile or so up that's kind of level off of it. So I think that's where we're going to pull up tonight. And as you can probably tell, this road hasn't seen any any action. Well, there's a little bit of stuff, maybe a couple weeks ago. A pretty nice view, wouldn't you say? I think we're looking out to, ouch, mosquito. I think we're looking out to Capitol Reef. I believe that's the, I believe that's it, I think. Good morning. Take a look at this view. Pretty nice looking, huh? So camp down there just a ways, just on the knob of a hill or the rise of a hill. And again, a late start, but not as late as yesterday. And like I said, 10 miles to go. So I figure I'll get down to the road. I'm going to just say, to be conservative, 4 o'clock. So that's 6 hours to go 10 miles. There's a 1,000-foot climb coming up, so that'll slow me down. And I've just been thinking, did I already tell you this? I haven't seen any footprints on this whole 9-day section, except back there. I think I already told you that, didn't I? I'm losing it. No footprints except for that one. I just told you that too. Okay, shut up and walk. Well, here's a shocker. I'm starting to see footprints. Can you see them? They're coming, looks like they're going both ways. Guess that must mean I'm getting close to civilization, relatively speaking. Hey there. How you doing? Don't mind me, just passing through. Can you hear that? That's kind of a fun sound sometimes when you know it's not going to be a barn burster, and just hear that rumbling of the sky and the clouds. Now here, what I've noticed, it'll rumble and gurgle in the morning, mid-morning, and then it stops and clears, and then it rumbles again about this time, 1 o'clock, and starts to spit a little bit, and then clears up, and then sometimes there's a little pocket a couple hours later on towards early evening where it does it again, and then it clears. And you know, this is one of those nothing happens by chance type of things. This whole trip has been like that. I already told you about Nevada, how it would have been darn near impossible getting through those mountains if I'd gone through earlier. But here, if I'd been a little bit further ahead, I would have been stuck in some monsoonal rains that wiped out, I guess, some of the roads where I need to go. So that's over in Bears Ears. So there's a chance I might have to get a ride through there. We'll see what happens. I got a signal here. I got in contact with Bob Palin. I mentioned him on that first section, the first few days in Utah. He did the water caches. So he does the water caches through Bears Ears as well. So, and he lives over here in Torrey. So I think I'm gonna be staying with him tonight. And then tomorrow, we might take off into Bears Ears and see what it looks like. So this might be the end of this section here. Take a good look at it. Going up to Deer Creek Lake. And the last look at the Aspens here. And I just found out the name of these mountains from I think it's a Boy Scout group. It's called the Boulder Mountains. Just past them, going down to Chris Lake. It's really raining buckets and hailing, and those poor cows. I can't zoom in on them because I'm got my umbrella on the other hand. But the one cow is standing under the tree, and that's what I'm doing right now. Going down this forest road. It's all downhill from now, I think. The Highway 12, and like I said, gonna meet Bob Palin. And there's actually a flood watch going on, so I think it's almost a moot point that I wouldn't be able to do this next section coming up. I mean, look at this water right here, and this is just over 4, 5, or 10 minutes. So nothing happens by chance, as I say. So I need 2 hands, so I think that's it for now. Looking for a classic car, 1926. Model T, 23,000 bucks, new wiring, new top, new tires, all original steel. Can be yours.